Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Ava who loved to explore. She lived in a small village with her parents and often wandered into the nearby forest to discover new things. One day, while walking in the forest, Ava stumbled upon a beautiful garden unlike any she had ever seen. The flowers were vibrant shades of pink, blue, and yellow, and the air smelled sweet and fragrant. The garden was surrounded by a high hedge that seemed impenetrable, but Ava was determined to find a way in. As she searched for an entrance, she noticed a small gate that was hidden behind some bushes. She pushed the branches aside and found that the gate was unlocked. Excitedly, she entered the garden and began to explore. As she wandered deeper into the garden, Ava noticed that the flowers and trees seemed to glow with an otherworldly light. She felt a sense of magic and wonder that she had never experienced before. Suddenly, she heard a rustling behind her. Turning around, she saw a small fairy with delicate wings and a sparkling dress. The fairy introduced herself as Daphne and welcomed Ava to the Enchanted Garden. Daphne showed Ava around the garden and introduced her to all the magical creatures that lived there, including talking animals and mischievous fairies. Ava was thrilled to be part of such an amazing world and decided to visit the garden every day. Over time, Ava became good friends with Daphne and the other creatures in the garden. She learned that the garden was only accessible to those who had pure hearts and a true love of nature. One day, Ava's parents noticed that she had been spending a lot of time in the forest and became worried. They forbade her from entering the forest again, but Ava couldn't resist the lure of the Enchanted Garden. Late one night, Ava snuck out of her house and made her way to the garden. But as she approached the gate, she saw that it was surrounded by a dark and ominous cloud. She heard a voice in her mind warning her that the garden was in danger and that only she could save it. Ava bravely pushed through the cloud and found that the garden was under attack by an evil witch who wanted to destroy it. Ava knew she had to act fast to save her friends and the Enchanted Garden. With the help of Daphne and the other creatures, Ava fought off the witch and saved the garden. She returned home, exhausted but happy to have saved her magical friends and their home.